Hey people, how are y'all today? So it's a good thing that Trump won, isn't it? Isn't it? Hold on, I'm trying to get my phone to sit here. I got right on my steering wheel. Oh, there we go. Kind of at an angle. So Trump won, yay! And I've been avoiding the meltdown videos because they're not real. Okay, like I know some of you guys are really getting off on them screaming and crying and stuff like that, but the people that are doing those screaming and crying videos, that's not a real thing. Well, it's real. They're really melting down, but they're doing it to themselves. So what I suspect is that these people have been raised to be professional victims. Their mom and dad taught them that they are victims. Everything they do is victimized. They'll never get ahead, blah, 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 blah. Because, I mean, seriously, like the time it took for me to take my phone and set it up to get on here to make this video, they do the same thing. They take the time to set it up, to do the video, and then scream, cry, pound stuff, throw stuff, break stuff, kick TVs, shit like that. Those are all signs of serious mental illnesses. You know what I'm saying? Like when you do that kind of thing, when you're a full-grown adult, a woman or a man, because I've seen them both. I mean, mainly I've seen women do it, and it's mainly white women, ironically. Do you remember my last video saying that, you know, this middle-aged single white women are the Democratic Party's 60% of their vote is the single white woman. And most of them are over 35. Most of them have kids. Single moms. Yep. That's because they have been taught and trained by their parents or by the Democratic Party or by their teachers. Who knows? I don't know. To be professional victims. So everything is hunky-dory as long as it's going the way that they want it. But the moment that it steps back and something happens and it doesn't go according to their plan, they've invested so much emotional energy and so much mental energy into what they think is going to happen that they've made themselves believe it before it's even happened. Okay? And then when it doesn't happen, they revert back to their I'm a victim stage. Look at me. I can't believe the country did that. Oh my God, how many stupid people are there? Oh my God. And I'll admit, the ones that I do like to watch are the ones that were like, we're going to win. There's not enough stupid people in the country to vote for Trump. Harris and Biden are gonna win, or Harris and Walz are gonna win. Sorry, I didn't mean Biden. Harris and Walz are gonna win. And here's the reality of it is, no, you weren't. Most of the country was sick of these people. We're sick of the wars. We're sick of the high costs. We're sick of the lies and the media, and we're sick of the fixating of the Trump that y'all did. And in reality, I would be willing to bet that most of your friends, Libbies, you got like, let's say you have a circle of 10 people, right? I'm going to say that out of those 10, you all were like, Trump, oh my God, reproductive rights, he's going to take the right to kill my babies, and all this other stuff, and he's a racist and a bigamist and a misogynist, and the white male bureaucracy. Speaking of white male bureaucracy, like, could you have picked a fucking worse fucking running mate than Tim fucking Walz? Like, like if you had picked Shapiro, you might have had a chance, woman. You might have had a chance, because Jews, they stick to themselves. I have plenty of Jewish friends, and if it comes down to you and another Jew, they ain't going to pick Jew. They're going to pick their Jew buddy, and that's just how it works, because they're blood. It's a culture. You know, it's a race. You know, unlike Whoopi Goldberg doesn't understand, being Jewish actually is a race. It's a race. They're Jews. It's not a religion. It's a race. Like, it's ingrained in their blood. They're Jews. Orthodox Jews. You got them from Russia. You got them from the Middle East. You got them from Europe. You got them all over the world. And if she had picked Shapiro, she would have at least had the Amish people and the Jews, because the Amish and the Jews, you know, they talk, they do things very similar to each other. The Amish are closer to being Jews than any Christians are, you know, but I don't want to go into religious stuff. That's not the point of this video. But if she had picked Shapiro, then she would have at least had the attention of the Jewish vote. You know what I'm saying? Like, she would have been like, well, I'm going to pick Shapiro because, he's intelligent. He's connected to a large group of people on the world. And he could have backed her up to not look so stupid. But the problem was, she fucking chose Tim Walz, who's... Come on, guys, need I say any more? She chose Tampon Timmy. And everybody with half a brain has looked at Minnesota and been like, wow, I don't want to live there. Kenosha, all that shit, dude. Like, wow, he just stood there and let his fucking shit burn down. So what's he going to do for this country if Russia attacks? He's just going to sit there and let it burn down? Say, oh my God, Russia's attacking, but if you fight against them, you're bigots and you're anti-freaking cultural and anti-immigration. We just got to let them come in and take over. I don't know if that's exactly the case, but it wouldn't surprise me. I'm pretty sure that if Harris had won, we would already have seen China invading Taiwan. For those who weren't paying attention to it, I like to really pay attention to what China's doing. Because they are really seriously the biggest threat. Like, the Chinese don't like us. Like, they don't. That's why they've been doing everything they can. Like, this administration has let them buy more land in this country than anywhere else in the world except for their own country. Like, the Chinese own like 40% of our farmlands right now. Like, and there's rumor too that they are heavily invested in our timber industry, and heavily invested in our national parks, national forests, like heavily invested. Matter of fact, I just read an article that somewhere up in Montana, I think it was, that they're selling a huge chunk of the national park off to the federal government, which, from what I understand, is going to be selling it to a Chinese conglomerate. Why are they after that? They're after those resources. They want that timber and stuff. And Tim Walz and Harris would have just given it to them. They would have just given it to them because they would have been so... the country would have been broke beyond means, both physically and spiritually and monetarily, if that bitch had gotten in office. Straight up, dude. I'm pretty sure that Taiwan would have invaded the next day, which puts me back because I get a little, you guys know me if you watch my videos, sometimes I get a little ahead of myself and I end up on a different tangent, but I don't want to do that. For those who don't know, China was engaging in the biggest military exercise involving everybody. Every part of their military, the Air Force, the Navy, the ground troops, the intelligence sectors, the bombers, the fighters, everything was involved in this. And what it really made me think about was back in 2020, when Vladimir Putin had an exercise 2 weeks before the elections. And then the day that fucking Biden took office was the same day he invaded Ukraine, because he knew that Biden and Harris are weak. And I think China saw how well that did for Russia. I think China saw that that particular administration, the one we still have now, by the way, we still have 2 months of these fucking idiots. So let's just hope. Let's hope. I think what happened is when they saw that Harris wasn't going to win, that they went ahead and canceled their exercise, because all it was a preemptive to an invasion of Taiwan. I'm pretty sure that if Harris and Walz had won, that China would have attacked the other, November 5th, November 6th. They would have attacked Taiwan, and Biden and Harris wouldn't have done shit about it. Like, they couldn't do shit. There's no money. You know what I'm saying? They've sent all of our money over to fucking Ukraine and shit already. So, there's no money. And if we had actually gone in there and attacked Taiwan, or not attacked Taiwan, but, went over there, attacked China for the sake of Taiwan, it would immediately get us wrapped up in a global conflict. And our military is not ready for that. We are not prepared to fight a major war. We're not. I don't give a fuck about the Minuteman Me-3 missile. What, you want to nuke everything? Okay, that's mine. That's like the fucking guy bringing a gun to school and shooting the bully instead of just fucking fighting him. You know what I'm saying? No, it doesn't work. So, we really dodged a bullet on this, you guys. And I really want to encourage people at this time, since the spell, if you would, the spell has been broken. They're falling apart. And now that the average American who was a Democratic voter, not all of them, okay, so I think I've said this before, 30%, which the number's about 30%, so I was right, I've been right. I always say 33% of this country has the liberal/Democratic vote. And out of that 33%, let's just do 30% because it's easier to do mathematic-wise because your boy sucks at fucking math. 30%, okay? Out of that 30%, let's cut it down to 15%. 15% of the population are legally insane. Those are the ones that are cutting it off. Those are the ones that are sending their kids to be transitioned. Those are the ones that are out there, dancing around in the streets, wearing thongs, grinding on each other. It's sick. It's gross. And those are the truly crazy ones. The ones that we're watching have meltdowns on. Those are the part of the 15%. Okay. Now you have 15% more of Americans that have been tricked into feeling guilt, especially if you're white. Been tricked into feeling guilty because of your whiteness, or feeling guilty because they have apathy. They have, not apathy, sorry. Apathy is the opposite of what I'm looking for. Empathy. They have empathy for people. So they're like, and don't get me wrong, it's like that other 15%, those are mostly good people, and those are the 15% that are waking up. Those are the 15% of the people that I'm trying to convey this message to, and that you should also accept that everybody gets fooled. We all make mistakes. The big key to this now is not going out there and being like, ha 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 ha, you fucking lost, we won. The tendency to gloat is human. I get it. But you're not going to catch more fucking flies with honey than you do vinegar, right? So don't pour vinegar on them, pour honey on them. Try to, now that they're not in charge, we're going to see the media quit pumping the fear out there, the fear tactics, because Donald Trump ain't going to let him do it. MSNBC, CNN, he's suing them, dude. He's going to win. He's going to shut the fucking shit down, which is great because they were nothing but propaganda machines. And the propaganda was effective. It didn't succeed, but it was very effective, because when you can take 15% of a population of 24 million people and convince them that they're bad because of this, then you've won. And those are the 15%. The other 15%, they're fucked. Okay, the choppies, the fucking crying on the camera ones, they're fucked. We can't help them. The ones that sit there and, all those old ladies and all those old dudes and all the young women and all the young men that are pulling up Trump signs, having fucking public breakdowns, pulling up Trump flags, those people are really, truly insane. Like, they truly have problems with their mental health. The other 15%, they're not really insane. They're not really mentally ill. They have just been tricked, because emotions are easy. People do it all the time. Manipulate people via emotion. It's not hard to do. And if you have empathy, it's even easier to get inside of an empathetic person. That's why empaths have, that's why most empaths that I know, either they have really, really gnarly relationships or really good relationships. You know what I'm saying? Because they're empathic. So they have, they can feel it. They feel this. And the way that the media and the Democratic Party was conveying these messages that were so full of fear and so full of angst and uncertainty, it does not surprise me that people actually fell for it, And this is coming from somebody that felt the same way a while back. You know what I'm saying? 2016, I didn't vote for Trump. I was on the anti-Trump train. I was like, oh my God, he's going to start World War III. He's going to fucking do this. And it's just funny that everything that I thought that he was going to do is something that the Democrats have damn near done. You know what I mean? So we have to take that 15% and we got to show them now that they were tricked, that they've been lied to, that they were manipulated, that they were used as pawns. And now that Trump's going to be in office, we're not going to see this media fucking outrage where Nazi this and Nazi and lies and lies and lies. Oh my God, the amount of lies and propaganda in the past 4 years coming out of mainstream media. Look what it did. It turned people against the narrative that they were trying to shove down our throats, all but 30% of the country. And the reason they failed is they put too much fear. Once you get so scared of something, once you get so freaked out, most people hit a limit, and then it's that's when it becomes apathetic. They're like, what the fuck ever, dude. Fuck it. Let it happen. I don't give a shit. Because they've scared them beyond. They've scared them scaredless. You know what I'm saying? They put so much fear into them that they were able to come out of that fear. Because, what happens when you get scared so bad, so much, To the point of where your ultimate fear is like up here, and they're bringing it up here. There ain't nothing left to be scared of. Like, you hit that and you're like, huh, okay, whatever, I'm not afraid anymore. And those people were the ones that broke out of that fear factor, if you would. And we're like, wait a second, dude, none of this makes sense. What? Huh? It's like, goes to this whole 20 million missing votes. Do you guys remember how many votes that Biden needed in 2020 to win the 81 million votes? That night when we went to bed, Trump was ahead 18 million votes. 17 or 18, I forget. I could be wrong. Remember, I'm one of the first people to admit if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I don't like it, but I'll admit it. And that right there is fucking manly shit, dude. I'm wrong. I'll admit it. I don't like admitting it, but I'll admit it. It looks like I need to trim a little more over here, huh? Yeah. Anyway, I digress. So, when we see the country now, today when you woke up, all right, I'm sorry, I was trying to go off on a different topic here, and I kind of got distracted because it just something this else reminded me. So when you woke up yesterday morning, unless you're a lefty, of course, did you feel the calm? I mean, did you literally, like, I have felt nothing but tension just in the air the past 4 years. Like, just so strong, you could pull out your fucking knife and cut that shit, right? I don't really feel that anymore. I mean, I can feel some chaoticness out there in the stratosphere, and those are the 15%, and part of that other 15% flipping out, of course, because that's what they do. They've been trained to be professional victims, and they're going to flip out, which really brings me to the next question is, I'm going to deviate for a second, is what are these people going to do after this next 4 years when Trump is no longer in office? Like, they're going to have to pick a new person to fix on. They're going to have to pick a new Nazi, if you would, a new Führer, to take all their angst and aggression out on. And I wonder who it's going to be, J.D. Vance or some other guy that pops in, maybe some big name actor will end up being like Arnold or something. Yeah. And Arnold, well, we haven't heard too much from him lately, and I'm really glad I haven't heard him come out and say anything about the Democratic Party. And I think a lot of the stuff that a lot of these actors were doing in the very beginning, 2021, 2022, they were just basically keeping their jobs. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if you noticed, but like, as the elections drew closer, more and more celebrities and more famous people were coming out and being like, nope, I'm done. Fuck this. Fuck the Hollywood shit. Fuck woke shit. Fuck Disney. Fuck all that. And the reason they were doing that is I think they were confident that Trump was going to win. Because you got to remember, like, those celebrity people, they're in a tight-knit group. And I don't know if most of you guys know, but most of the Democratic donors are fucking millionaires and billionaires. Like, there's not one Democrat. I think there's like 2 people that are like Democratic donors, or maybe 3, and I forget their names, that are Democratic donors that make less than $100K a year. Everybody else who endorsed the Democratic Party are they're millionaires and billionaires, which really just, it's odd, because I'm sitting there watching Kamala Harris wearing $28,000 worth of jewelry in an outfit that costs more than I make in fucking 3 months of fucking hard work. I mean, seriously, that outfit she was wearing, go look how much that shit costs. I'm not going to tell you. I know what it is. I looked at it. It's insane. I would never spend that much on fucking clothes. The fuck? That Tiffany fucking necklace, that was a $15,000 fucking necklace. Those earrings, those are $12,000 earrings. How do I know this? Because you guys know what I do. I deal in gems. You know what I'm saying? I'm a rock guy. I know my shit, I know how to, I know what stuff is valued at. I know what stuff's worth. I'm a rock guy. And I know Tiffany. I know Tiffany products. I'm always on the lookout for the random Tiffany product that someone dropped off in a thrift store, and I found a couple. I mean, I did find a set of Tiffany cufflinks once that were made of 24 karat gold that they didn't know. It didn't say Tiffany, it said Love. And so they were sitting there, and I looked at them, and I remembered the Love. They were from like 1971. I remember they had the Love year where they were Tiffany did a bunch of stuff that said Love. Hearts and loves and valentines and cherubs and nephilims and shit. And I remembered that. And so I freaking said, can I look at those? I flipped them over, and on the very back it said Tiffany Co. was like, I'll buy these, and they were heavy. Yeah, I mean, those things were like, when they were sold brand new, you know, you gotta remember, this is like back in 71 or something, when they sold brand new, they were like $400. And $400 back in 1971, it's close to $4 or $5 grand right now. And now those things are worth about that. Anyway, so I was watching her talk about the millionaires and the billionaires and all the people that need to pay their share. And I'm like, what the you're wearing $50,000 right now, woman. Like, how the fuck dare you tell me that rich people are the problem? You're the problem. And then when I seen, like, who all the Democratic voters were and all the people that really support them, seriously, go back and look at it. Look at all the motherfuckers all Hollywood that support them. They make more than you and I will ever make together in our whole lives. They've already made what you and I will make our whole entire lives. So, like, it does not compute. Really came into mind. It's like you're talking about the rich people, yet you're surrounded by the richest and most powerful people in the country. No, it's all bullshit. It's all a sham. And it was all bullshit, and it was all a sham. And luckily, 2/3 of the country saw through the bullshit and the sham, and now we don't have to deal with it anymore. Well, we still have 2 months, but you get what I'm saying. And going back to what I was saying about that 15% of people that, are in the Democratic Party, if you would, remember that 15%, it's because they have empathy. And now that they're not going to be able to be bombarded with lies and propaganda and censored and all this shit, come on, think of it. We all know that shit gets censored. I mean, you get on YouTube and you're like, 250 comments, and you get on and there's 10. And you're like, what the fuck? Where did the other 240 comments go, you know? It's because they were censored and taken off. I mean, I've literally said stuff, got back on there, and it wasn't there. You know, I mean, censored, and real-time censoring, too. I did a video about this. I'm still pretty convinced that it's real-time censoring, because I never had an issue on any other platform except for Quora and YouTube. I'd be typing on my phone, and then my phone would just slow down, and then the typing would be like pushed back. But if I closed YouTube and opened up something else, everything was fine. My phone was running fine. It typed, it ran, no problems. It was like I was getting like censored in real time. And then I also get the ones too where I would write something, I'd even make a misspelling, you know. I mean, I've gotten people getting on me about shit about your and all that other shit. Like, look, I'm not trying to fucking put no apostrophes and shit in there. Y-O-U-R gets the fucking point across, don't it? You know, Y-O-U-R apostrophe R-E, you know, it's pointless. You know what I mean? It's just Y-O-U apostrophe R-E, sorry. It's pointless, all right? My grammar, my spelling, yeah, they've been affected because of this phone. But I fucking still graduated in high school in 1994 before most of y'all did. And I was a straight A student, you know, except for math. I got fucking B's and C's in math because I suck at math. But my grammar, my history, my English, my spelling, top notch. Not so much anymore. But then again, I'm out of school anymore, so it really doesn't matter. So, you know, it goes to all the stuff, you know, people are like to try to pick on anything you had. And that was the thing about what this whole entire past 4 years is, you would bring some proof. Like, there's still people out there double, tripling down. Like, I got a friend, Eric. I mean, he's still like, I can't believe you drove Trump. We have a booming economy. The world is doing so well. I'm like, what fucking Boulder dumpster have you been living under? And he's like, well, I don't know what rock you're living under. And I was like, well, I guess the same rock that 3/4 of the country is living under, because we decided that we didn't want no more of this, you know. And it's amazing to see that there's that many people out there that believe the lies, when all you have to do is go outside. You just got to go to the store and be like, why does my milk cost $5 instead of $2? Why does my gas cost $3-4 instead of $1 or $2? Well, we haven't had dollar gas forever, but you get my point. You know, why is my 1996 fucking Suburban suddenly worth fucking $8 grand when 7 years ago, it was worth $500? You know what that kind of shit. Used cars and shit. I mean, come on. When the prices go up and the gold value goes up, the value of the dollar is going down. And these people, they were like, oh, corporate greed. And then all the stupid memes, you know, that we see, you know, about corporate greed and the corporations paying their fair shares and how the president doesn't control the price of gas and all that other shit. You notice that none of that shit was ever taken down off Facebook or fact check. Okay? So yes, the president obviously, as we saw, did control the price of fuel. When he cuts the balls off of our fucking oil production here domestically, we become reliant on other people's fuel or we don't drive, right? Right. So when he cut our balls off, we had to buy fuel from other places, which rose the cost. Due to a presidential directive, directly affected the cost of gasoline. That's what we're talking about. He didn't get on there and be like, oh, I'm going to change the price of gas from this to this. Of course, he doesn't do that. But his fucking poor policies is what did it. So yes, he did control the price of gas. And yes, they did lie. You can't print billions and billions and billions of fucking dollars without lowering the value of the dollar. And then you can't print that same billions of dollars and then ship it overseas to proxy wars where we're going to get zero return. Zero. And not expect the value of the dollar to drastically drop. And that's what I was really trying to convey to people who put those memes up. It's like, look, dude, you're being lied to. You're being tricked. You're swallowing the propaganda. And now that propaganda is most likely not going to be everywhere, it's going to tone down. I mean, we've already seen Trump he's not even in office yet and he's fucking doing shit, dude. Like, they dropped the charges because they're all fraudulent charges. You know what I'm saying? Like, the only person that wants to try to charge him is still that bitch up in New York. And I got a feeling that Donald Trump's going to open up some investigations and we're going to find out that she's been fucking corrupt as fuck too. And, you know, we got lucky. Not lucky. Most of us knew what we wanted and we didn't want more of the past four. So we didn't get lucky. We worked together is what it was. And it was quite beautiful to see as many people in this country come together to vote either direction. I don't know if I said it, but even if you voted for Harris, dude, you still voted. And that right there is sacred, my friends. Super fucking sacred. That's a vote. That's a right that us Americans have. And that's what really pissed me off about this administration, letting illegal immigrants vote. That's my right. That's your right. It's not their right. But we have that right, that beautiful right to be able to actually go out there and cast a vote to make a difference. You know, and I know there's people out there, your vote really doesn't matter. It does matter. Look, it matters. It matters a whole hell of a lot. Look what just happened, you know? So that being said, you know, I want everybody to really try to focus more on helping these people that have been tricked heal and helping them come out from under the spell of the lies and propaganda and the fear campaign that's been waged against them. Because it's them, it's not us. They waged it against them. We're not the ones that believed Joe Biden and fucking Harris when they were lying to us, and Walz when they were lying to us on national television. We weren't the ones that were voting for her after she couldn't answer a fucking simple question. She can't talk. We weren't the ones that were tricked. They were. And like any human, when you get tricked and you got the fucking short end of the stick, dude, and you suddenly realize it, it's real hard to admit that. It's real hard not to double down. That's why there's so many still doubling down, still spewing forth the lies and propaganda. And all of this shit, I mean, it's like, yeah, they sat there and told the country, the world, that Donald Trump was so dangerous that he couldn't be elected president. He was so dangerous that, you know, if elected, we're all fucked. He was so, and then all the bullshit shit that was taken out of context, like the suckers and losers and all that shit. There's still people out there that think that he said that. And if you go back and you watch the whole video instead of the one sentence taken out of the fucking paragraph, you'll realize that he never said anything about suckers and losers. It's also the whole thing about, it's like they're saying, oh, if you vote for me, you'll never have to vote again. That's not what he was saying. He was responding in, if we let these people come in, we're never going to be able to vote again unless you let me in. You know, I mean, I forgot the context. It's out there. Go research it. You can get on YouTube and watch the whole thing. YouTube even. I mean, come on. YouTube's like the most censored platform out there. You know, get on X or Rumble if you got it. But the reality of it is we dodged a bullet, if not missiles. And I think the country is going to be able to actually grow, progress from here. So let's try to remember that even though they voted against us, and even though that a good half of those people are completely insane. They're beyond help. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really do firmly believe that they're beyond help. But there's that 15%, guys, that aren't beyond help. They just super empathic. And they got tricked, you know, because we all have, man. We've all been tricked. We've all been lied to. We've all been, you know, made mistakes. Those are the 15% of people that we need to make sure that we let them know that we don't judge them for being tricked. We don't judge them for making mistakes. Sure, you voted for the fucking worst candidate and the worst administration in U.S. history, but guess what? Things are changed now. Now that you're not going to be lied to, can you see? You know, do you see? The greatest economy was a lie. Do you see? The wars that just started. Do you see? They're going to be able to see it. Okay, that 15%, they're lost. But that 15%, they're going to be able to see it. And if we can make sure that they're not outcast and treated like a pariah, then we can count on them the next cycle if they try this again. Because don't get me wrong, we only got 4 years of Trump. And if they're going to try it again, and if they try it again, those same 15% that voted for Harris will be voting for the other side than the wokeness shit. I think the woke stuff is going to be all but gone. You know, unless they double, triple down, and in 4 years really fucking make a play to fucking destroy the country. Or they do it in the next 2 months. But anyways, it's been a half an hour long video. I appreciate y'all subscribing. I appreciate y'all listening. And, I love the comments. There's really, believe it or not, most of y'all have been really fucking amazing in your comments on my videos. And I really appreciate that. You know, you guys have some good stuff to say. Constructive criticism, always welcome. And then there's a handful of people. Actually, I think really what it is most people are making fun of my teeth. And, I grew up with a fucking horrible fucking tweaker mother who didn't show me all that stuff. So my teeth were shot before they were shot. And these two are fucked up because I smashed them on a firearm defending our country. So, I smashed my fucking front teeth on a Maudus. They're dead. They're still there, but they're dead. And that's why they're discolored. But yeah, I wasn't taught proper hygiene growing up because my mom was a fucking drug addict. The same other fucking people that you guys let take over the West Coast, you know, all the drugs and tents and stuff, you know. And that was like, my mom had a house. We weren't homeless, but she was a fucking tweaker. So nothing mattered more than meth. I mean, you know what I mean? Everything that mattered was just meth. So, you know, I had to teach myself the habits that I have now, and it's too late. Once your fucking teeth start going, they're gone. You know what I'm saying? Like, I brush my teeth fucking every day, you know, but they're fucked. There's nothing I can do. Matter of fact, one of them over here just broke the other day. Back here, one of the other ones that was busted finally busted. And it's almost gone now. It's almost out. Hopefully the gums will grow over it, or it'll push out, and that'll be that. I can't afford to go to the dentist. And so, yeah, but anyways, I wanted to appreciate all my subscribers, all the people that watch my videos again. And like, I welcome constructive criticism. Please, if I make a mistake, please tell me, please, because I don't like to convey false information, which is the whole point of my video, really, is I fucking hate propaganda and false information. So if I make a mistake, or if I represent in a wrong way, please, by all means, let me know. I like it. And if you're going to try to make fun of me and my teeth or whatever, dude, fuck you. Like, I really give a shit. You know what I mean? So, Trump won. Now we can start rebuilding the country and get back on with our lives. I can start making some good money again. Start fucking selling my gems, get my captain's license, which is what I'm working on right now. I just got done studying the coal regs. I got to restudy the coal regs. I got to, again, put more in my head because it's pretty tough. The hardest part is really the buoys. The light systems, the lights and flags are kind of tough. But here I am. I'm still going, aren't I? All right. Anyways, I love you all. You guys take care of yourselves. Have a beautiful day. And, not to sound like every other YouTuber out there, but don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more info. Ding!